Anyway. Okay, guys, let's start. Thank you very much for logging on this afternoon. And hopefully everybody did get the right link. I see we've only got 38 people, so maybe some of them didn't get the right link. Nevertheless, let's just push on regardless.
They'll get the recording.
Yeah, it'll be, we'll upload it to YouTube and we'll post the recording. Right, so if you remember the last time we were speaking, and Cobus was very kindly my seller, a homeowner seller, and we spoke about that phone call, that initial phone call to get your foot in the door. So you've got your foot in the door, and hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, lockdown will end, and we as an industry are allowed to go back out there. So this is just a very short session where we're going to talk about what do we say when we get to the appointment, what are the important things we need to discuss. We'll have one more session this week about the actual pricing of the property, because that's quite a long session. All right, so the appointment. So if we just remember that the 3 Ps were price, product, and presentation. So in other words, we're now going to deal with the product and talk to the homeowner about what he can do to make his product very saleable and very attractive. There's a really nice document on H1 on products and services. If you go into products and services, in fact, let me show this one first. That's the track. You go H1 products and services, marketing, products, listing tools, and then you will find all these things are under listing tools. So I took it from post list now that you're on the market. And that's a really nice document you can download to your first appointment. Okay, so there we go. I put a couple of things in here. There's really nice documents here. Dress for Success, which we're going to be talking about. It's got the 8-week marketing plan, etc., etc. So once again, I'm going to make sure I take with me to my appointment all the things I said, which were that picture CMA that we took off Property 24, showing that his property is listed 8 times and all differently with all different information and different prices. I'm going to take a snapshot of that with me, print it out. I'm going to take a sales folder showing how I sold my last property, showing the marketing I did, the 8-week marketing plan, the feedback, the promise reports that I sent. Take all that in a nice folder to show him why he should be working with me and to ditch the rest of those agents in the market. So once again, Cobus is going to be the homeowner. I'm going to knock at the door and we are going to go through the conversation. Okay, so I'm going to put the script up that we're going to be sort of following. And I'm hoping that everybody can see my screen. Cobus, you can see my screen. Just show me a thumbs up. I'm sharing my screen.
Yep, Gail, we can see your screen.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. So after the phone call, you would have dropped off your pre-listing pack, which is also on H1, and under listing tools, your pre-listing brochure showing a little bit about you, your office, and some of your scores in terms of how you've sold your properties on the market. So when you get there, you're going to just behave as if it's a brand new listing. Well, even though it's been on the market for a couple of months, it's going to be like a brand new listing for you, and you're going to treat that seller as if he's a brand new seller and you are going out to get the sole mandate. So I'm going to knock on the door. Obviously going to answer the door.
So open the door. I say, hi, Gail. Hi, is this Gail? Hello, come in.
Yes. Hi, Cobus. It's Gail. We've spoken on the phone.
Yes, hello, Gail.
Brought through, and I hope you got the coffee brewing.
Yeah, can't you smell it? Come in,
okay.
Come in. Please come in.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Okay, Cobus, thanks very much. Wow, what a lovely home you have. I could see you when I drove up to it. It's got really nice curbside appeal, got a lot of things going for it. But, I haven't seen the property inside or back as yet. And if you don't mind, just bearing with me, can we take a quick walk through so I can just familiarize myself with the property?
Sure, Gail, you can follow me. I'll be happy to show you through. Let's go.
Okay, great. So while I'm walking through, I've got a little notepad with me, or maybe even a nice Harcourts branded pad, and I'm making little notes on what the various things are. I don't want to be seen to be writing a lot because I want to be giving my full attention to Cobus, because I'm reading from him now what he loves about the home, what he thinks is really good points, and I'm trying to take cognizance as well of things that I think will be a problem when we put the house on the market and bring people through. So we've had a walkthrough, we've sat down, we've opened the muffins, and we're going to start talking now. So Cobus, your house is really a home. I can see it's very loved, it's very warm, it's very lived in. But when you've lived in a home for a long time, it's quite difficult to take a look at it objectively as a purchaser might, come through, because they're obviously looking for value for money, and what they might be able to find, because they've done their homework, they know what they can buy. They've seen all the properties on the internet, they've seen a few already physically, and they know what their money can get them. So I want to ask you to take a step back and think objectively now. If you were a purchaser, are there things that you would change, do better? When I was walking through, I noticed you've got some really lovely entertainment areas, your swimming pool area is lovely, the garden's lovely. Have you made a lot of improvements since you bought the property?
Yeah, we had to break through from the lounge area to get direct access to the pool area, because there wasn't direct flow. So we put in a nice big sliding door, as you would have seen the sliding door. So we broke that. We put that in, and also a nice pergola at the patio area, just to give us a little bit of a break of the sun. The pool was here, but we did quite a bit of work on the pool just to make it a little bit more attractive. And then also the garden, we have done quite a bit, especially on the front garden. The back garden still is a work in progress. We know that we still need to do, if we don't sell quickly, but yeah, we've always wanted to do a little bit more work on the back garden.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are pretty much the main things that we have done. We've also actually, we've also actually remodeled the family bathroom. We've given that a little bit of a facelift.
Okay, great. Yeah. Now I can see. Look, your back area is lovely. I can see it's really, really beautiful. What is it that you really enjoy living here? What is it that you are most enjoying as a family? When you've been living in the home, what are those few things maybe point out?
For us, it's always been this quiet cul-de-sac that we live in. So our kids have always been able to ride their bicycles out in the street, and the home offers lovely privacy and is very protected from the southeaster winds. So we can quite comfortably have entertain out by around the pool, at the barbecue area, at the braai area, without being too much hindered by the summer winds. And also the flow of the house, because it's a single level house and everything flows out towards the pool area, and all the bedrooms are north facing. Those have been very, very nice, very nice aspects of the property that we have enjoyed.
Yeah. And I see you have young kids. Do they like the home? I see, I often look at properties and think, wow, kids are very fortunate to have grown up here. Have your kids enjoyed living here as well?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they've really enjoyed. They sad by the thought that we have to be moving, but we have identified a nice house that we want to move to. But yep, we've been very happy.
Okay. So is that the property you mentioned when we spoke earlier about saying you have a place to go to, and you need to, you've made an offer and you want to sell your home first?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We've kind of set our hearts on that other property, so we want to sell as quickly as possible. And
the cash is king. So if you've sold and you've got your money coming through, then your offer will be better than anybody else that still has to sell.
Sure.
So if you could think, as I was saying, keep trying to think objectively as if you were somebody brand new to this house. Are there any things about the property that you might notice? Because when buyers walk through a property, what they do is they immediately look at things that they want to do, and they take that off the price they would be prepared to offer. And if there's any aspects of the home that need attention, repairs or anything like that, that would be it that they would look at. In your opinion, is there anything that you think you still need to do?
Yeah, we know that we've always wanted to do some of the aesthetic things inside the house, but we're not going to be doing that, selling the property.
Okay.
But I know that the garage needs a good a good sand down and a fresh coat of paint, because you would have
Okay.
noticed as you came through that it's still a timber garage door, or the two garage
Yeah.
doors.
Okay.
So I know that that needs attention, and also some of these geete, wat is geete? my
Geyser. The geyser.
no, the anyway, yes,
The gutters.
the gutters. Thank you. The
There you go.
gutters at the at the around the entertainment area, they need attention.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and also you would have noticed that there's quite a bit of mold in the main bathroom on the ceiling.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that. I noticed that.
I need to. We still need to paint that. It's all work
Okay,
in
so-
progress. It's just been a little bit crazy. I just haven't gotten around to doing that.
So did you have a burst geyser or something in that bathroom? Because I saw there was quite a big damp patch on the ceiling there.
Yeah, there was a burst geyser about 4 months ago, but like I said, it's
Okay.
the first 4 months of this year have just been so hectic that I just haven't
Yeah.
gotten around. The ceiling is dry. I just need now to, like I said, sand it down and
Yeah.
paint it.
Okay. And as I said to you, it's things that a purchaser might notice, and sometimes you don't get the opportunity to explain, as you've explained to me, what the situation is there. So they'll see like a damp patch like that, and immediately they'll start thinking, oh gosh, what's happened with the geyser? Does the geyser leak, or whatever the case is? So I think that's quite important for you to, you know, to get that stuff. You know, you've got some time now just to fix that, those things up and make it look really, really great. Maintenance stuff, I see that, have you noticed any leaking taps or anything like that, you know, we're trying to present the property in pristine condition, like a move in and live. So there's nothing to be done. And then one more thing I wanted to mention is before we put it on show or relaunch it on the internet, it's a good time to clean out. So for example, anything that you think, well, let's get rid of it and let's pack it away, or let's start putting things into maybe storage because we are going to be moving. Are there any things like that in the house that you can give attention to?
Oh my word! You when I showed you the garage, you saw that we're only using the one side of the double garage because the other side is used as a storage area. So the garage is a mess, and I know that it's not presenting probably as nicely, but right now we have to get rid of some of that stuff. You know, we're going to be moving, so I need to get a company that can I just need the time to clear that out. But right now, the garage is very cluttered. The pool has also, you will have seen the pool is quite green. I need to spend some time in the pool just to get it nice and blue again. But yeah, you know, I got to be honest with you, Gail. As we're sitting and having this cup of coffee now, the 5 agencies that are currently working on the property, they came through. We talked about the price. I told them what I want for the property, and they came through. They took their pictures, but I'm surprised that no one actually have had this conversation with me around the condition of my home. We've been on the market now for a few weeks, and if there was someone that actually pushed me from the beginning, I probably would have had a little bit more urgency to attend to these things.
Sure. You know, I always feel that we really only have 1 or 2 windows to get a property to sell. And if you know, we spoke about those three P's that we spoke about originally. And my job as an agent would be to make sure I present your property sufficiently to the market. You know, I promote it to the market as best as I can. You know, I'd like to go through our marketing plan with you to show you how we actually do the marketing plan. We write it down. There's a column that you would fill in and a column that I would fill in. We have dates, we have things. So we follow an 8-week marketing plan. And then we meet every 21 days. You and I meet over coffee just like this, and we say, what is the market's response? Have we been getting hits on the internet? What kind of hits? What is the feedback from buyers I've brought through? And then you'll see on the right hand side these comments in terms of, I can put down here that you said you would fix the pool by whatever date, because we know in week 2 we might have a show house coming up. So you have your duties to attend to, I have mine. My responsibility as an agent is to promote the property and present it to the market. Your job is to make sure that the price is right. I can't give you the price on your property. You need to tell me the price, but you can't be expected to do that if you don't know what the market is doing. So
yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice. Wow.
let's have our coffee, let's have our muffins, and we can sit down and talk about price. Are you happy, Joe? Have you got a few minutes? Is Mrs. Lowe at home? So maybe the three of us can sit down and really, go over this and see what price the market might be prepared to pay for a property like yours in pristine condition. How about that?
Yep, 100%. We can do that.
Good. Thank you very much. Let's sit down and do that.
Great.
Awesome. So, guys, our next short little interaction will be we'll send on the calendar, and we will talk about the pricing issue, where we will get out all the elements that we need, our CMA, so some of the 24 feedback. I'm going to show Cobus a hit report on how the property's been performing so far, and we will get together next week to do that. So we're at the end of our little interaction today. Go and enjoy your afternoon and enjoy
Gail,
yes.
Before we run, can I pose an objection to you?
Yes, certainly you may. Let's pose an objection. Let's hear that.
So what I want to say to you as we're sitting there now and as we're talking, I'm saying to you that I'm so tied up with work and I really just don't have the time to unclutter that garage and, and paint the front, the garage door. So the other agents said to me, maybe you should just sell the property as it is, as footsteps, and buyers will come in and they will decide on the color of the garage door, right. And they can come and make the adjustments that they want to make. So that I've just kind of been almost channeled in a direction by the agents to say, leave the property as is and it will sell. The right buyer will come along and they'll offer you and they can spend the money.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, and of course that is to a certain extent true. People do like to make their own decisions. However, as I said to you slightly earlier in the conversation, Cobus, is that buyers will come through and they will immediately look at the things that need to be done, and they won't think, wow, I'm getting a bargain, I can do my own, I can put my own personal touch, I can paint this myself. They will add up what that's going to cost them, and they will subtract it from the price of the property. They don't add it onto the property, they subtract it from the property. So even if you paint, clean, and it's not a lot of work you've got to do as far as I can see. You could probably be a good DIY guy yourself. You could probably get a ladder out and paint the ceiling. The garage just needs a good box all that. So you don't have to get rid of it. Just box it up neatly, put your labels on so it looks like, buyers need to see you out before they can see themselves in. And to do that, they need to see a property that's clean and tidy. And don't forget, they are always comparing your property with what else is on the market. So they will have gone seen 3 or 4 properties in the same price bracket, and pristine and tidy and neat, and there's no marks on the ceiling, or the garage doesn't need painting. Believe me, yours will second in the race, or third or fourth, based on that. But I mean, that's entirely a decision. That really, really is. To me, I just think that buyers have so much information available to them on the internet. They can scroll, they can do virtual tours, they can do support tours now where they virtually can walk through the house like a ghost on the internet, without even having to go there. And there's certain things that attract buyers when they start shortlisting houses to go and see. Clean and tidy, believe me, will put you way ahead of the pack. If your property, then ahead of other people's properties that aren't clean and tidy. There's just a few points that I thought I might mention to you. How do you feel about that?
No, I really appreciate that. I can see that I probably would need to spend, big money to make these necessary changes, and it will make the property more appealing. So I will do that. Yeah. It actually dawns on me now, the realization when you showed me that marketing plan, it dawned on me that this is a team effort. I really thought that I take my property to market, I make use of an agent, I get them in to take photos of the property, they go out, they advertise the property, that bring buyers through, and it's for them to sell the property. But I realize now that it's a team effort that I would need to put in some effort.
100%. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much. One quick question. I know that you got to leave, but as far as when agents bring buyers through, could you make any suggestion in terms of flowers or any smells that would be good?
Yeah, sure. So let's talk about when you've got the property in the market, and if you remember, this is this document that I gave you. now that you're on the market, I'd like you to just page through it and have a look at it. And you will see that there's a really nice part of it that says dress your property for success. And in that, it's got a really nice description of what you might like to do when it's time to have a show house.
Oh, okay.
And putting things away, decluttering, maybe making some fresh coffee to, that's got that lovely coming through the house, put flowers, put fresh flowers. But, if we agree to a marketing plan and you're happy for me to market your property, I'll of course give you plenty of warning about that, and we can discuss that when we book a show house date. Is that okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, thanks, Gail. Thank you for that.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, thanks, Cobus.
My pleasure, Gail.
Questions? Any questions if you guys would like to post them? Let's have a look here. If the seller has submitted an offer to purchase on another property, they will want to quickly. I must suggest the auction option. Okay, good idea. So I can suggest the auction option is one of our options to sell, one of our different options. Okay, I'm just getting, thank you, Gail. Thank you, Cobus. Thank you, great stuff. Lovely. Shane, one of our agents said, Ardeen said, thank you. The online training is keeping us alive. So that's really great. We appreciate that. And, don't worry, we'll continue to keep you alive. But what we want you to do is to go out and do this. Go and make those calls. Go and find 5 or 6 open listings in your area that are similar to the kind of properties that your office sells well, and then go and make those calls. So when lockdown finishes, you can be on the driveway with your bag of muffins. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Great. Thanks everyone.
Thanks,
cheers. Bye. Bye.